Brian Greasy spoke to reporters for 12 minutes, was asked about Jimmy G. Has he talked to him or texted him? You saw what he said. What'd you think?
Well, he basically said, he said, well, yeah, I sent him a text, but I leave that relationship basically up to Kyle Shanahan. So he hasn't even talked to Jimmy Garoppolo in any depth whatsoever. If there's anybody out there that really still thinks Jimmy's going to be back on this team, this should tell you everything you need to know. The quarterback coach has not even spoken with the guy. Yep. So, this just puts the nail in the coffin on that one for me. I know there are a few people that think he may still be around, but he talked about a
bottle of wine riding on this. I made a bet with my dad, so please.
There you go. Right. He talked about his career, and there was a time when he was held late in the process past June where he couldn't get to his new team and how it really hindered him. And, if I'm making a prediction, I think the Niners either trade or cut Jimmy by Thursday of this coming week. That's my prediction. I could be completely wrong, but I feel like we're approaching a level to where it's like, we got to do what's best for the team, obviously, but now you're just kind of being a jerk to Jimmy now a little bit. It's time to let him go or trade him, in my opinion, by the end of next week before the first preseason game.
I don't think they're going to do that. I think what they're going to do, I think they're trying to get lucky. I think they know that the odds are against them here, but they've taken it this far. They want to trade him. They said they want to trade him. So how could they get lucky? Deshaun Watson could get suspended for the entire year. Although if he appeals, then he can play this year, right? So maybe that's not the luck they need. But that would be one thing. If something happened with Deshaun and Cleveland changed their mind. But there's other things. There's training camp that's going on. There's the 3 preseason games. There's the possibility, however remote it may be, that a quarterback gets hurt and the Niners get lucky. I mean, it happened for the Eagles once upon a time, didn't it? They got lucky, essentially. Yeah. Although it's hard to say Teddy Bridgewater blowing out his knee is a team getting lucky, but that's the kind of luck the Niners are hoping for. I think they're committed to it. And I think essentially, I don't know if they take it into the regular season, maybe not. But I think they'll take it up right till the very end, at minimum.
I think you could be right. I'm just feeling for me like we're reaching a point where it's like
they should have cut him last week or last month. But man, I think they're committed.
Yeah, I mean that's harsh. If you're Jimmy, I mean, business is business, but damn, like you want to get out of here and start your next job and get going and prepare for the season. And I wonder like what point. And I'm not a huge Jimmy supporter or anything like that, but I feel like we're in the first preseason game is on Friday. Like enough's enough. Let's cut him and let's move on. But you're probably right, to be honest.
Let me tell you something else that I learned. Jimmy Garoppolo is not in the quarterback meetings because he doesn't want to be there. Not that the Niners are like, don't come. I mean, he's invited. He's like, no, I'm good. I don't want to be in this team. Yeah. So that's very interesting. Not in the quarterback meetings because he doesn't want to be there. Also, he's free to throw wherever he wants. He could throw off site, but he chooses to throw on the field when the media is out there. So I think nothing against him. The Niners have created this entire situation, not his fault. But he's being held hostage. He's not preparing just in case they keep him. And he's putting himself in front of the media every day. So someone can say, hey, Jimmy looks great. Although
right.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's a sideshow. It's a sideshow. That's why I'm like hoping that maybe, we can pull something off this week or the Niners can pull something off this week. Hopefully trade him. But like I've been saying this whole time, I think they're going to cut him. And I'm hoping they do it before Thursday. Let the guy go. He's a distraction. It's the right thing to do. Like, it's just enough is enough.
I want to ask you, like, what is the reason that Colin Kaepernick isn't in the NFL anymore? Because he's a backup who's a distraction, right? You can't have – it's not his fault. It's just too much media around him. What the hell is Jimmy right now? What is Jimmy? He's a distraction backup quarterback. Got to go.
We shouldn't even be talking about him. I mean, that's why to me, like, you keep in these reports, all these teams are interested in Jimmy Garoppolo. It was on like, NFL rumors yesterday. If that's the truth, then why haven't they made the trade? What are we waiting for?
Yeah, the Giants supposed to be interested. Are they? I don't know. They seem like they're interested in Jimmy Garoppolo the way that like a hyena is interested in like roadkill, like only if it's dead. Like we're not actually invested in hunting for this, but if it's just presented to me on a platter for free, maybe. But it seems like that's the kind of interest. Like people are just buzzard circling and saying like, you're going to get cut. You're going to get cut.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
They're interested in his release date. Yeah.
Sorry for the grim analogy. Seth says prediction: Ayuk will break out this year and get a 5-year contract. Grant, do you think he will sign a longer contract than Debo? If so, why? No, I think this is business now with wide receivers. You get a lot of money, and they want to hit. I mean, it's pro player to have a shorter contract because the guaranteed money's up after 2 years anyway. So those all the years after that is in the organization's interest. I think that's how wide receivers, pass rushers, quarterbacks, the market's in their favor now. That's the way I see it. And the way with Ayuk, I wouldn't be surprised. In football, it's very like your season very much depends on the offseason you had. And so far, Ayuk is killing it. He is in phenomenal shape. He's in position to do it. He could if he stays healthy.
Yeah. I think you're right, Seth. I mean, I agree. I said that I think he's going to have a breakout year. I think he's going to be the number one leading receiver. And honestly, after the last week of training camp, I really believe that even more than I did before training camp. He just continues to be the best guy out there. We all know Debo's going to get back to being 100% and be effective. But I just think his style of receiving matches up with Trey Lance, and Debo's style of receiving matches up with Jimmy Garoppolo. So, yeah, I agree with you, Seth.
Yes. Nope or Dope Review says, O-line can't pass block. How's the run blocking? Elijah went for 90 yards today. It's harder to tell in practice without full contact, but I did notice that, Armstead's not out there. Kinlaw didn't practice today. Bosa had a lot of time off because he just wrecks the practice. Ebukam was like their line today at times was like Amenahu, Givens, Alex Barrett, and Jordan Willis. So it was kind of like the backup D line. So and the run game was effective. He had a long run. Ty Davis Price had a run. The pass protection was better. Trey was 9 for 13. So I think that's sort of what happened today.
Well, you can argue that our backup D line is almost like a starting D line for most teams.
It is very good. But the Niners starting D linemen they just ruin the practice routinely.
Especially was that 90-yard run a legit 90-yard run or?
No, it wasn't a 90. It was like he went 40 yards and like Jimmy Ward was like behind him and kind of tagged him and they kind of stopped. But there was no way Ward was going to make that tackle in a real game. It would have been a 90. It was a theoretical 90-yard run.
There you go.
Joseph Stockbridge says, just got my banana hand sticker. Oh, thank you. It's going on second shift Soup's desk at work. Friendly gesture for not hiring me on the shift. He watches your shows too. I really appreciate it. Thank you. That's cool. Jody Moore says, thanks for all you do. Grant, question. Do you have confidence that Trey Lance can run Kyle's offense or will adjustments need to be made schematically? How does the team seem to be feeling him? Yeah, I think he can. I think he's actually much smarter than Jimmy Garoppolo. I think he's going to be the cerebral quarterback. He's going to be able to run it like Alex Smith ran Harbaugh's offense, like that level of precision. The question is accuracy and spirals. Pretty much with him. Yeah. Spirals. Yeah.
Yo, spirals. Yeah.
Spirals. Yeah.
I don't think any of the mental stuff is going to be a problem for Trey Lance. And they're already saying he's coaching people on the offense already.
Yeah. He's that invested. He's that smart. It's just the way he throws the ball. It's like nothing he does is mechanically how you would teach it. But it seems to work for him more often than not. All Niners says, even if it happens, why wouldn't the Browns just play one game with Brissett against the sorry-ass Jaguars and sign Jimmy? Everyone knows the Niners are not going to hold Jimmy into the season. Yeah, I feel like that's what's happening. So the Niners keep playing this game of chicken. I think you're right. Let's see him keep him into the season then. Come on. 27 million backup, please. Right. Sean says Niners are playing it smart, keeping Jimmy on the side in camp. Why? Because if he gets released, he could potentially go to Seattle. Not wise. That's he's part of Niners practice. See, to me, you shouldn't care where Jimmy goes. You traded this much to replace him. That means you don't like him. Now all of a sudden you're having second thoughts. You're worried that he might go to the – you should want him to go to Seattle. Good. I don't know. That's the way I look at it. All of a sudden you're scared. If you're scared about him going to Seattle, keep him on the team.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry. If I'm GM or Kyle Shanahan, bye. You know,
if you're scared, go to church.
The remix hurts.
Jody Moore says, why did they work out another quarterback today? Does Kyle want a quarterback competition? Is it possible the quarterback was there to help work out Willie Snead? You need someone to throw the ball. I'm just thinking.
Maybe they want another practice guy. I don't know.